Hi gang, Rob here. It is the evening of 13 January 2022. Another Thursday night at 9 o'clock. It must be time for a knife sale on the Apostle P channel, and it is. We have 27 items for your consideration this evening. Several of them watches, no twofers, all discreet sale items. And it is a cool and eclectic and diverse bunch. Some of them are going to take some time to explain, so I better get rolling. Before we get into the inventory, let's do a little housekeeping. First up, if you are going to participate in this evening's sale, I need you to be familiar with and agreeable to the terms of the sale. I'll post them up on the screen for you in just a moment. I'm also going to reprint them in the description underneath this video. Also in the description right at the very top, you're going to find 3 links to previous videos on the channel. The first is to my Primer for Buyers video. That is a 38-minute expanded explanation of the terms of the sale, how we do things, and why on this weekly sales event. The second link is to my FAQs for Consignors video if you're interested in using this weekly sales vehicle to move along some of your collection. That video explains how it works from the consignor's perspective. And then the third link, as always, is to my Rates and Services video for the TheApostleP Knife Service, the original precision sharpening service for the online knife community. So in the description, which is loaded with valuable info, 3 links, then the terms of the sale, then at the bottom will be the list of tonight's inventory, complete with timestamps and pricing. In the pricing column, most times you'll see a number to the left of the slash and a number to the right. That number on the left is the knife as shown. The number on the right as sharpened by the TheApostleP Knife Service. There will be spots for 6 knives for next day sharpening tomorrow, Friday the 14th. So the first 6 knives purchased to be sharpened tonight will ship tomorrow with the as shown inventory. If you're outside that first 6, it'll be under 3 weeks before your knife ships. So good turnaround time right now. I think that's about it for housekeeping. Let's get the terms up on the screen, then we'll be right back with the sale. Here are the terms. All right, let's get to it, shall we? First up tonight, we've got one lone survivor from last week, one leftover, and it is from Dan Winkler's Winkler Knives 2 brand in the unassuming cardboard box. Inside the box, you're going to get some unassuming brown paper, some Molly attachment hardware, some fasteners, and then a spring clip with a Kydex backer plate that'll mount to the Kydex sheath. The knife that comes inside is the Winkler Knives 2 Native. The Native comes with an inspection card. And here's the knife. In the luscious, my favorite thing about Winkler knives is the sheath. This has got sort of a pancake style Kydex, just a belt attachment leather on the back right now, and you saw the additional hardware. These are lined with this luxurious sort of felty, velour-y stuff. It's super quiet, super secure, will not scratch your knife. And then you've got this Native, right? Blade steel is 80 CRV2. Blade length is 3 7/16. Handle length is 3 7/8. The blade has the Caswell finish, and then the handle is that milled walnut These are long out of stock. When they were in stock, they were $350. We ran this last week for $295. No takers. Dropped it to $265 on Saturday. I was going to run this, guys, for $240 this week. And when I emailed my consignor, he said, nope, do it for $220. $220 for the Winkler Knives 2 Native. Then $245 if you'd like it with an Apostle P edge on it. And condition is near mint to like new in box, guys. I can't really find a fault with it. Even the factory edge is pretty doggone good. So that is the Winkler Knives 2 Native. Next day sharpening available if you want to go that way. Next up, and you're going to want to be specific in your I'll take it, because we have two of the same model coming up in different handle materials. So this is from J.E. Made, and it's a fixed blade, and this is the original packaging. It is the J.E. Made B.U.K, and I forgot what the acronym is for. Designed by J. Nielsen. Okay. Doggone it. Something about a utility knife. B.U.K. I don't know. Anyway, comes in a very ingenious Kydex sheath with a J-clip. And the reason it's cut at the top is because that's how you extract the knife. Because of the way the finger choil is, it kind of likes to go in thusly. I don't know if I can get it. Come on. You almost have to be looking or develop some muscle memory. Once it's there, it's pretty secure. I like the way it breaks out of there. You can almost kind of rip it forward. Check that little guy out, huh? Oh, yeah. So the B.U.K from J.E. Made, designed by J. Nielsen, has a blade of beautifully stonewashed S35 VN. Blade length is 3 inches. The scales on this one are Ironwood with beautiful tubes. Ooh. Very, very nice on the hand. It's kind of a pinky dangler, which isn't a problem. This one is absolutely like new in baggy. And this one is out of stock everywhere. I looked at all the retailers I could find, and it's just not available. When it was available in this handle configuration, they were $170 at online retailers. This one can be yours, like new and baggy, $135 like it is, and $155 you'd like it with an Apostle P edge. That's in your inventory as J.E. Made B.U.K Ironwood. Make sure you list the cover material because we got another one coming up. Next up, from J.E. Made Knives, in the original poly bag packaging, we have the J. Nielsen designed B.U.K. This one is going to be in black G10 handle. And in your inventory, it will say J.E. Made B.U.K G10. Again, it's going to come in that same sheath. That sort of pop out the top Kydex with the J-clip on the back. Beautiful stonewash blade of S35 VN. Gorgeous drop point, 3 inches in length. Backed up by a 3 1/8 inch handle in satin finished black G10 with hollow tubes. Beautiful little knife in hand. Nice crown spine a la Maniago, right? Not sure where these are made. So this one is like new in baggy. They are out of stock everywhere. When they were available, they were $135 web retail pricing at your favorite retailer. This one can be yours. Like new in baggy with the Kydex. $110 like it is, $130 if you'd like it with an Apostle P edge. And next day sharpening is available. Let's see if I can make the knife go home. There we go. That's the J.E. Made B.U.K G10. Next up, we're going to continue our little run of J.E. Made knives. This one is going to be a fusion folder, a slip joint. The J.E. Made Phoenix Comes with some extra hardware, some tools. So this is going to be a slip joint knife, modern construction, modern materials. It is the Phoenix. It looks like titanium liners and bolsters, but to my eye, that looks like one piece. So the titanium liner is relieved to accept the carbon fiber cover. That's all one piece of titanium steel back spring. Gorgeous carbon fiber. Double line titanium bolsters. And then you've got a Skagel-esque opening hole, which is kind of nice because you got a solid 8 pull. Sort of a tribal spear profile on that blade. Kind of a coarse grinder satin. Blade steel is S35 VN. It is a 3 3/16 inch blade with a 3 15/16 inch handle. Walk and talker superb. Again, the pull about an 8. Centering is dead down the middle. Condition of this knife is like new in pouch. They are out of stock everywhere. When they were in stock, they were $215 at your favorite web retailer. This one can be yours for $170 like it is. $190 with an Apostle P edge. Next day sharpening available if it's one of the first 6. That's the JE Made Phoenix. Next up, we're going to wrap up the JE Made portion of the sale with this one. Another black pouch. Let's see. I don't find a tool in this one, but I do see a bunch of extra hardware. You guys have your own Torx tools. This model is the Combustion. And this is another fusion folder. Slip joint mechanism, modern construction, modern materials. So again, we have a titanium frame. The scales are milled to receive the carbon fiber covers. This one's got a fully milled titanium pocket clip that appears to be right hand tip up only. Again, you've got that sort of Skagel opening hole. This one, I'm going to say an 8.5 pull. That's a man's knife. Sort of a harpoon spear. Very cool. S35 VN blade. Kind of a coarse bidirectional satin. Forward finger choil. Very nice in the hand. And when you're using that forward grip, you can apply a lot of thumb pressure. That breaks very stiffly. Okay. Very nice ergos on this knife. Walk and talk are excellent. Centering is down the middle. 3 3/8 inches a blade, 4 3/16 inches a handle. This is like new in the pouch. These are out of stock everywhere. All the web retailers are out. When they were available, they had a web price of $230. This one can be yours for $185, like it is. $205 with an Apostle P edge. Next day sharpening is available if you're one of the first 6. That's the JE Made Combustion. Next up, again, guys, pay attention on your I'll take it's. We have 2 Benchmades, the same model. One is a first production run, the first one. The second one is a production knife. So the first one, the Benchmade 698 Foray. And this is a first production knife, first production run knife, number 86 of 1,000. Etched nicely into the blade. So the Foray has kind of a swedged spear with a subtle recurve. 3 3/16 inches of blade length. And then you've got a 3D machined G10 handle with a little bit of reveal on those stainless steel liners. Just makes it look kind of cool, I think. Axis lock mechanism. Beautiful action. Rock solid lockup. And I think the centering on this one is dead. Yeah, beautiful. You've got the polished deep carry Benchmade clip. Blade steel on the Foray is CPM 20 CV. So these are now discontinued and out of stock. When they were available, the production knives were $195 web retail map pricing. Since they're discontinued and out of stock, I'm finding eBay sold listings between $170 and $200. This one can be yours for $160, $160, like it is $185 if you like it with an ApostleP edge. That's in your inventory is Benchmade 698 Foray FPR for first production run. Next up, it is another Benchmade 698 Foray. This one will be in your inventory as Benchmade 698 Foray PROD period, production, okay? This is not a first production run knife. But other than that, identical to the last one we just looked at. We've got a 4 1/8 inch handle, stainless steel liners with a little bit of reveal, satin finished 3D machine black G10 handle scales, kind of a stylized pivot, axis lock mechanism, polished deep carry clip that's ambidextrous as usual. Beautiful free swing in action. Rock solid lockup. Centering on this one, I think I wrote close. And man, I mean very close. It favors the right ever so slightly. 20 CV blade, 3 3/16 inches long. Sort of a swedged spear with a very subtle recurve at the back. Condition on this one is going to be like new in the box. They are discontinued and out of stock. The last advertised web pricing from Benchmade at retailers was $195. They're all gone. I'm seeing sold listings on eBay ranging between $170 and $200 on the production version of this knife. This one can be yours. $150 like it is. $175 if you'd like it with an ApostleP edge. Next day sharpening is available if you're one of the first 6 tonight. Again, that's in your inventory as Benchmade 698 Foray Prod. Next up, we have a black class knife from the Benchmade Knife Company. One of my favorites. This knife, guy, I don't know why. They're gone. Did they discontinue it already? It's the 575-1 Mini Presidio 2. So the -1, I believe, delineates this scale material, which Benchmade calls the CF Elite. Essentially, guys, it is a carbon fiber reinforced nylon, okay? So it's like an FRN, but with carbon fiber instead of fiberglass. They're very attractive. They have, believe it or not, for a molded product, they have a carbon fiber shimmer that's kind of cool. This is rocking that Parkerized Emerson clip. It does have one little scuff right here at the first bend. Barely noticeable, but I thought I would point it out. So on the Mini Presidio 2, you got a 3 1/8 inch blade, S30V, a 4 5/16 inch handle, and a robust small knife. Blackened, nested, oh, I guess they're not nested, blackened stainless steel liners that match that CF Elite. They look nested. Rock solid lockup, beautiful action. Centering on this one is dead. Yeah, this might be the save me from myself knife tonight, because it's so much lighter than the aluminum handled version, and that these scales wear like iron. My buddy Peter owns one of these, and it just continues to look new. Gorgeous bead blast on that S30V. I love that knife, man. It's just a great knife. A little bigger than a mini grip. Cool, cool knife. These are out of stock currently. I don't know if they're discontinued. We're going to call this one near mint in box, clip scuff noted. Benchmade map pricing for web retailers seems to vary a little. I've seen old listings between $127 and $135, but they're gone. Unobtainium. This one can be yours for $110 shipped priority mail like it is. $130 with an ApostleP edge. Next day sharpening available if it's one of the first 6. That is the Benchmade 575-1 Mini Presidio 2. Next up, another Benchmade And this has got the wrong model number. So it is a B.K. S30V Griptilian, but it's not a 551. This knife is a 550 B.K. S30V. And I didn't know this, but this is kind of interesting, guys. Remember the old 550 HG, which was the hollow ground sheep's foot. And then when they started making them in different steels like 20 CV, they just used a flat saber. But look, your eyes and the light are not deceiving you. This is this is not an S30V knife. It's a 154 CM knife. That's why. So, early birds, I lied to you. I think my seller boxed this up wrong. So, it's definitely a Benchmade 550 BK, not S30V. It is a 154 CM knife. Can't believe I didn't notice that when I was setting up. However, super fine action. Centering is going to be almost perfect. It barely favors the right. There is just a little bit of wear in the coating and the very tip of that edge. But rock solid lockup, great action, super close centering. And they're gone, guys. Can't find these anywhere. Anywhere. They're kind of run, if you can find one on eBay. I found some old sold listings like between 110 and 120. This one can be yours for $100 with the parkerized Emerson. 120 if you'd like it with an Apostle P edge. That's the Benchmade 550 BK. Next up, another one from Benchmade. This one going back a few years to the old style box. This has the strangest part number in Benchmade's history. It's a 1,000,001 BK Volli axis assist knife. Except this one with its 3D machine, sort of a fine Anso pattern G10 handle, is not assisted. It's got a lefty clip mount. But yeah, this is just manual axis action. All the assist mechanism parts and the safety are in the box. But the seller removed all that. Just operates like an axis lock knife, which frankly, I love. As an S30V blade, appears to be a Seiko finish. Lockup has a little play in it. A lot of the axis assist knives do. You gotta take off the scale to remove that because the pivot pin is underneath the scale. This is wearing a parkerized split arrow clip. Be tip up right or left hand. Very near mint, guys. No wear in the coating, really no wear in the edge. No wear on the clip. So definitely near mint in box. And this is going to be in your inventory as the Benchmade 1,000,001 BK Volli de-assisted. Okay, these are discontinued, not a stock. Sold listings on eBay running between $199 and $244. Amazing, isn't it? These knives were not red hot sellers when they were new. Now that they're gone, they're creeping up. This one though can be yours for $160 like it is, $180 with an Apostle P edge. Next up, we're going to have a little watch interlude in tonight's sale. First, from Citizen, we've got an interesting watch. It's sort of got a field watch vibe, I guess you would say. It is the Citizen BM8538-10E Eco Drive watch. So it's got kind of an Arabic dial, which sort of says field watch. But then I've got a fluted bezel and a gilt crown and gilt hands. And a PVD coated case. A genuine leather 22mm strap. Signed buckle. Unsigned crown. This is running the Eco Drive E101 caliber. It is day date, 42mm diameter, 48 lug to lug, 22mm lug width, just 10mm thick. If I get my grubby fingerprints off of it, you could see this thing has nary a scratch on it. A little bit on the case back. I wonder if it's had a battery change. Actually, it might still have the protective sticker on it. It does, so most of that scratching is in the sticker. Very near mint, guys. These things have an MSRP of like $212, but you can buy them for like $125 web retail plus tax. And you know, who knows those gray market sites what you're going to get. This one can be yours. $100 shipped priority mail, no sales tax. That is the BM 8538-10E Eco Drive watch from Citizen. Next up, there's a watch. And there are two boxes. In this box came the watch. In this box came the accessory strap. So this is the Vincero Kairos watch. Kairos. A 42 millimeter, kind of a dress watch with a date. It's got a flat cream dial, rose gold colored hands and indices, a Chinese quartz movement, so in addition to the 42 millimeter diameter, you've got a very compact 47 lug to lug, 22 millimeter lug width, just 10 millimeters thick, full polished case, and the Vincero signed green and croc embossed leather strap has quick release spring bars, and then that other box houses the same strap in a cordovan. Okay. Looks to be a color matched date wheel at 3 o'clock. And guys, this has very, very little wear on it. I mean, you might find a teeny tiny scratch or hairline or scuff, but very near mint. In box with papers. And let's see. I believe these are like $170 new, and then the straps are an additional $20. So my seller's got $190 in this package. Very near mint in box. The whole shoot and match can be yours. $75, guys. $75 on the Vincero Kairos. Next up, this is a rather cool CPOS watch. It is the Stauer Dashtronic. It says 1930, so it must be some kind of an homage to an old watch, the Dashtronic, because the time display emulates the dashboard of a car, doesn't it? The hours in black on the inside, the minutes in red. So right now it's about 10:29. There's a 21 jewel Chinese automatic inside. I think there's a display case back. Yes, there is. There's probably not much to see there, but there is a display case back. So dimensions on this, 39 in diameter. For it's kind of a squarish case, but measuring there you get 39. Lug to lug, very compact, 44. 22 millimeters lug to lug, about 12 thick. And it comes with this gray NATO, this black and white NATO, this black and gray bond NATO, and that blue NATO. So pick your poison on that one. So let's see. These watches sell brand new for $150 online. And guys, this has got some wear on it. There are some scuffs, especially up here at the what would be the 12 o'clock position. Nothing horrible, but it's not new. Okay. Well, we'll call it, you know, some scuffs and scratches, sort of excellent no box, with 4 NATO straps. For $150 new, you get a cheesy leather strap this one does not have. but this one can be yours for $100 shipped priority mail with all 4 NATO straps. The Stauer Dashtronic automatic watch. Next up, we have a pile of stuff here, guys. I mean, a genuine pile of stuff. This is a very special Japanese dive watch from Orient. It's got the outer box, and then it's got an inner box, pillow, manual, papers, everything. And this is a bit, you know, Orient would do a lot better selling watches in the United States if they would get their model numbers and names straight. Some places this watch appears as the Triton. Others it appears as the Neptune. The reference number is RA-EL 0001B00A. So it's essentially a Power Reserve Triton or a Neptune. Date at 4, Power Reserve at 1. It's running the Orient caliber 40N5A. It is a 43.4 millimeter case, 51 lug to lug, 22 millimeter lug width, and 13.6 millimeters thick. It has 120 click unidirectional rotating dive bezel. Very Seiko-like. Bezel lines up pretty well. You'll notice this does not have the aluminum painted bezel. This has got an aftermarket bezel with a sapphire glass. The original bezel is right there in that plastic box with the tissue paper. Okay, so not only does it have an upgraded bezel, it is wearing a Hirsch hybrid rubber and leather strap with that Hirsch signed buckle. And that is a superb strap. That's sort of like a Robbie strap, but with a smooth leather. Very, very nice strap. And then it's also got a strap code Jubilee. A factory bracelet, and a Bond NATO that is in seatbelt nylon, so a nice one. So let's see. Matte black dial, embossed indices. It hacks, it hand winds. Apparently the Power Reserve is 40 hours. You've got horizontal brushing on the lug tops, polished sides, very, very little wear. I mean, very little wear. 4 o'clock signed crown. Very handsome watch, 200 meters of water resist. So let me see here. We'll call it near mint in box with papers. So with everything you see here, with the bezel upgrade, with the strap code bracelet, the Hirsch hybrid strap, the NATO, my seller has $800 invested. These watches are about $435 web pricing at your favorite retailer. But he's got $800 in this watch with the mods and the extra accessories. Your price for the whole shooting match, near mint in box with papers, $495. And that's in your inventory as Orient, Triton, Neptune, Power Reserve 200 meter diver. Next up, this is pretty cool. This one is a Seiko. And it is the SRPD95 Seiko 5. And this is the Dive Style 5 Seiko 5 series. So this is commonly referred to as the 5KX because it's essentially rocking an SKX case. They lost the screw down crown. They upgraded the movement. And that that dial is a sunray, and it's a black dial with a hint of like a bronze fume. Very cool. Hardlex crystal up top. Hardlex crystal on the back. As with all 5s, it has a day and a date. 120 click unidirectional bezel. 100 meters of water resist. Lines up pretty well. Nice white chapter ring. Now this is wearing a vanilla scented natural rubber strap, and then the factory silicone with signed buckle appears to be unworn. And again, very near mint in box. Let's see. Diameter is 42.5. 47 lug to lug, nice and compact. 22 millimeter lug width. And then 13.4 thick. It's running the 4R36A Seiko movement. If you remember, the SKX uses the 7X or 7S26. Those didn't hack or hand wind. The 4R36 does both. Okay. So we'll call this excellent to near mint in box. Web price for this watch on the factory silicone is $236, and then that's probably a $40 or $50 rubber. But you can buy this one excellent to near mint in box, $140. $140 for the Seiko 5 SRPD 95 dive style watch. Next up, we're back to knives, boys. And oh my, are we. From Microtech, we have a Combat Troodon Hellhound bronzed model 219-13. It's a biggin, and it's an OTF, and it's a man's knife. Black, hard anodized aluminum handle. Bronze hardware. Born on date for this one is 7 of 2018. It says so right there. I'm not sure if you can read that, but it is. Medium, or I'm going to say firm button effort on this one. 100% reliable. I got crap everywhere here. Come on. Talk amongst yourselves. Anyway, look at that. Oh, my Lord. We don't know the steel on the Combat Troodons. They never list them. Even the web retailers don't list them. Look at that. I'm telling you what. They do such a nice job. Horizontal satin on the flats. Coarse stonewash on the swedges and bevels. Condition on this is like new in the box. Oh man. 3 3/4 of blade, 5 3/4 of handle. They're out of stock. When they were in stock, they were $650 web retail price. This one can be yours. Like it is, shipped priority mail for $550, and then $580 if you'd like my edge on it. I don't think I'd pay me to sharpen it. I think I would just rock the bling with this one. That is the Microtech 219-13 Combat Troodon Hellhound. Next up, I'm going to make myself look stupid with this knife. From Asheville Steel Paragon Knives, we have the Dreadlock ODG-FDE. So olive, drab, green handle, flat, dark earth, hardware, and blade. There she is. That handle, 5.5 inches of OD hard anodized aluminum. So you're supposed to squeeze these together and then fling it out. When you squeeze it, the handle separates, releases the blade, and then you get it closed and the handle closes back up again. Okay, there is your flat dark earth blade, 3 7/8 inches of S30V serrated top. It can be sharpened on the top because the whole blade is in the handle, inside the handle when it's closed. So that thing's like sharp everywhere. Here, 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 here. Yeah. How's this thing lock up? Well, there's play, right? As is the nature of that mechanism. Come on. You can't hold the handle together when you're trying to open it and close it. I'm learning that. There you go. Interesting. We'll call this one near mint in box. This particular version of the Dread lock is out of stock. There are other versions available. They're $290 web retail. This one can be yours. $250 like it is. $275 if you'd like my edge on it. And that's for the main Tonto edge, not the back. That's the Asheville Steel Paragon Dreadlock. Next up, from Dan Winkler. Winkler Knives, we have the Crusher belt knife in maple. Inside the box, I've got molly clips, hardware. I don't know if there's a spring clip in there. I don't know. Nope. That's the belt only, right? The pass-through plate. And then the spring clip plate is mounted. So we've got, come on, gotta be smarter than the box. We have a hybrid leather Kydex sheath that I'm sure is going to be lined, and it is. So it's leather over Kydex over a liner. They just do such a great job. And then you got this thing of beauty. Caswell finished. I guess it's a long clip. Maple handle, not contoured, just smooth maple. Blade length is 4 7/8. Handle's 4 5/8. Condition on this is light canoe in the box. I think I found these knives on Monkey Edge in stock, and they're the only place, for $375. This one can be yours. $325 like it is. $350 with an ApostleP edge. That is the Winkler Crusher belt knife. Next up, oh my. Oh, this was in my teaser yesterday. This is kind of cool, guys. This is a Nepalese kukri by Knives by Hand. It comes in a leather, probably over wood, scabbard with a, I don't know if it's probably not silver, but it is signed. Look at that, Knives by Hand. Inside, you have not one, but 2 backup knives. One of them is not sharp. I'm not sure what you use that for, but this one's got saber grind on it. Let's see. Let's put these like that. I don't know. And then the star of the show is here. Oh. That is a 13-inch bladed Nepalese kukri in polished 52-100 steel with a convex edge. And guys, I'm not sharpening this. You need to go out and get it dull before you think about sharpening it. The handle is 5 3/4 inches in length, and it is rosewood. Look at the taper. Look at the thickness, which is 13/64 or 5 millimeters, and then look at the tang. Tapered tang kukri. And then there's your knives by hand. Maker's mark. It is like new. There's no box. These are out of stock, and you could buy these when they were in stock, I think from the Knives by Hand website for $189. This one can be yours, shipped priority mail, $120. We're not sharpening, just $120. Shipped priority mail. That is the Knives by Hand Nepalese kukri. Next up, from Buck, Edge of a Legend, we've got the 620 Reaper, which I did not know that this knife has been discontinued and that it had gone out of stock. But oh, are they creeping up? So these things originally sold for like $60 in the nylon sheath, plastic liner. Is that a Ron Hood design? I think it must be. So it's a 420 HC knife with a 6 3/4 inch blade, polymer handle, appears to be screwed on. Looks like you could attach that to a spear shaft. Sure looks like a Ron Hood design. Hollow grind. Very nice presentation. Good for a lot of tasks. So yeah, they were like $60 when they were in stock new. eBay sold listings on these discontinued running between $75 and $120. Now that they're gone, very interesting. This one can be yours. We'll just put it down at $70 and call it good. And it's had, I didn't point this out, but it looks like somebody is an expert with a work sharp, because that is not the factory edge, and it is really good. So we're going to call it near mint in box with a really nice convex edge. No need to sharpen. $70 shipped priority mail. That's the Buck 620 Reaper. Next up. Oh, another save me from myself. From Seiko in the little blue box, we got an SNK 805 field watch from the 5 series. I love these watches, man. This is the green version. So, date, Hardlex front crystal, Hardlex back crystal, showing off that 7S26 movement. Automatic winding, no hack, no hand wind. Date. Field watch configuration. 38 diameter, 44 lug to lug, 18 millimeter lug width, 11 thick. Mostly blasted, or maybe all blasted case, except for the bezel ring around the clear case back. On a really nice heavy Cordura strap. Signed buckle. Condition is very near mint in box. How's it keeping time? Let's see. Whoops. Did I forget to set this one? I did. Doggone it. I can't tell you how it's keeping time. So these run about 100 to 110 online, depending on where you find them and when. This one can be yours, and very near mint in box. $80 shipped priority mail. That is the Seiko SNK 805 automatic field watch. Next up, from W.R. Case & Sons Cutlery Company. But this is a strange looking box, because this is not a normal case knife. It's the case 25880 Marilla, or Maria, Marilla, flipper. So what we got here is a handle of hard anodized black aluminum and a frame lock a la lion steel, aluminum frame lock with steel lock bar insert, deep carry, reversible tip-up pocket clip, G10 inlay on the show side, and a ball bearing flipper with an S35 VN blade, rock solid lockup, centering is perfect, and the flipping action is stunning. Check that out, guys. 3.5-inch blade, 4 3/4-inch handle. Yeah, that dog will hunt. That dog will hunt. Condition on this one is going to be near mint to like new in box. If you find one of these brand new at your favorite web retailer, it's going to cost you $136. Or you could just buy this one. $100 shipped, priority mail, all in. $120 with an ApostleP edge. Next day sharpening available if it's one of the first 6. That's the case 25880 Marilla flipper. Next up, another case. Now this is a traditional case, but look how fat that box is. Why? Because it houses the 6354 HBSS Hobo in amber peach seed bone. The Hobo, it's got a spoon, and it's got a cap lifter. It's got a fork and another cap lifter. And these all, the fork and the spoon, come loose from the knife. How about that? They're so cool. The Hobos are so cool. And then down the middle, we got a muskrat clip in true sharp stainless. Cam tang, about an 8 pull. It's a little tight. Condition's going to be near mint to like new in box. Let's see. 4 3/16 inches of closed length, by the way. They're out of stock everywhere. When they were in stock, they were about $119 web price. This one can be yours. $90 shipped, priority mail. $110. I sharpen that blade. That's the case 6354 HBSS Hobo. Next up, from Spyderco, no box, and it's just not flashy. Black G10, S30V blade, paramilitary 2, rock solid lockup. The action's almost good, just gets a little tight right at the very end. Just needs to be used a little. Down here it's nice and free. And let's see. Centering is going to be off to the left just a little. Condition is going to be near mint, no box. Your price, $90, guys. 90 like it is. $110 with an ApostleP edge. That's the Spyderco pair 2. Next up, ooh, here is a knife I've never had one of in hand. I don't think. If I have, remind me, because I don't remember. From American Blade Works, we have a nice luxurious pouch. And we have the ABW Model 1 version 6, wearing some beautiful natural canvas micarta, and a milled titanium clip that is discreetly reversible, tip up left or right. We got a CPM 20 CV blade, 3 1/8 inches long, of drop point lusciousness. I love how the blade steel type is engraved in the blade. Coarse acid stonewash. It is a stainless steel liner lock with ceramic ball bearing flipper pivot mechanism. Rock solid lockup, perfect flipping action. Centering is close but favors the right ever so slightly. It is like new in pouch. These are out of stock and there is a long waiting list to buy these from the manufacturer at $185. This one can be yours. $175 like it is. $200 with an Apostle P edge. That's the American Blade Works Model 1 V6. Next up, you've been waiting patiently for the Rob's Pick Knife of the Week, and this is it. Rob's Pick Knife of the Week, not available for review or purchase to any early bird. Only the 9 o'clockers get a shot at this one. From Three Rivers Manufacturing, we have an Atom in natural canvas micarta with the wing mill pattern. Here you go. There she is. There's your natural canvas. There's your wing with the feathers emanating in the milling. Deep carry clip. Thumb studs in perfect action. Deeply engraved Three Rivers Maker's Mark. Gorgeous stonewash 20 CV blade. 3 7/16 inches in length. 4 5/8 handle. Rock solid lockup. Perfect action and perfect centering condition like new in the box. These are out of stock. When they were in stock, they were $225. You're probably expecting like $250 to $275, aren't you? Wrong. $220 on the Atom. $220 like it is. $245 with an Apostle P edge next day sharpening available if it's one of the first 6. That brings us to the last knife in the sale. From Lion Steel, by way of Sulphur, Oklahoma, we have the Lion Steel / CK Bolus, which is Mike Latham's take on a stylized sidebuster pattern with a long pull on both sides, a cut swedge on the sidebuster drop point, and a little bit of a swell center. Gorgeous natural canvas on this, and a waxed cord lanyard, titanium liners with a little bit of reveal, crowned back spring. Let's see, 3 13/16 inches of closed length, 8 pull. Walk and talk are perfect. Centering's dead. Condition, like new in the box. These are in stock at Collector Knives. You can buy them brand new for $122, or just buy this one, like new in the box. All in, shipped, priority mail, $100. $120 with an Apostle P edge. That's the Lion Steel CK Bolus. And that, my friends, brings us to the end of another knife and watch sale on the Apostle P channel. Hope you enjoyed it. I know I did. Grace to you and peace from God our Father and the Lord Jesus Christ. Remember, the word is sharp. Have at her, boys and girls.